Final fight, I've just mentioned it there, Josh Taylor versus Jack Catterall. Similar to Caleb Plant versus Canelo Alvarez. Obviously, you've got a very capable fighter. I think Jack Catterall was being very much overlooked in the fight from a sense of how good of a fighter and how crafty and how tricky he is. The bad news for Jack Catterall is that he's fighting the number one in the division and a pound for pound top 5, top 6 fighter in Josh Taylor. So, yeah, what do you make of that one?
I almost feel sorry for... Well, I don't feel sorry for him. He's got a world title shot. He's got a chance to become the undisputed.
Yeah, he's got for all the belts.
For all the marbles. It's good pay.
And he deserves his shot as well.
He deserves. I mean, look, if it wasn't for him, the Ramirez fight wouldn't have happened, right? He could have really kind of put his foot down and said, no, I want my opportunity. But he kind of said, okay, look, have your opportunity, Josh. And if you win, please give me opportunity. And Josh has done that. Josh is just too good right now. I'll be honest with you. I mean, even the Ramirez fight, he shocked me, like, of how good he actually is. I mean, I feel like I've slept on him a little bit, and I shouldn't have, because the Prograis wins there and the Baron chick win and all. He's a very good fighter, but I almost feel like he's super confident. He's got that little spite to him as well, which I love. The arrogance, the spite. Some people don't like it. I love it. I don't care. I absolutely love it. Unless he takes his foot, or unless he thinks about other things after Jack Catterall, then that's the only way I see him losing. That's it. I mean, obviously, there's the Manny Pacquiao thing going back and forth with Freddie Roach. That isn't going to happen now. No. I would love to see, I'd love, and no disrespect to Jack, sorry to move on, I'd love to see him fight Broner. And the reason I say that, random, right?
Josh Taylor?
Yeah, the reason I say that is because...
Why would you want to do that to Broner, man?
Because, exactly, that's the reason. Because I almost feel like he needs that fight in America where the guy's going to come and chat crap, and it's going to sell the fight, and the American public are going to turn up in their droves. I still think they'll do that for Broner, and he will bash him up.
I don't want to see that fight. That's a waste of my time, Ade. Yeah. You want me to stay up until 5 o'clock in the morning to watch Josh Taylor beat up Adrian Broner?
Broner would think, Broner would think he can beat Josh Taylor.
Oh, fuck out of it, man.
He will think he can beat Josh Taylor, and I love it. I'd rather see that right
Josh Taylor, if he moves up, he's going to box. I think will box your Dennis Ugas. I think that's a good fight.
He said he put him down, didn't he? In sparring?
That's a story that I'd heard previously
really?
on several occasions. So, and obviously we saw Ugas had actually tweeted about it as well. Josh went out there to spar Sean Porter as well, the Porter High Performance Institute, whatever he's got. He's got his own setup out there. It's apparently lovely, and he's been several times. But I think that's a good fight. I think that would be a good fight. But having said that, let's not look past Jack Catterall, because
sorry, Jack.
Yeah, you say, well, if Josh Taylor doesn't look past him, but I'm going to look past him right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think Jack Catterall is a crafty fighter. Like, people forget, like, he's been around the gyms and been around the block for a long time. He's sparred with Miguel Cotto, Floyd Mayweather. He's an underrated fighter. When he was coming through, a lot of hype around Jack Catterall, those early kind of Box Nation days. I think that he's got the potential to make it a little bit awkward for Josh. In those first 3 or 4 rounds, I think Jack Catterall will be very crafty. He's got good power with a left hand. Obviously, we've seen Josh Taylor's got an excellent chin behind all of the skills that he's got, and his ability. He can also take a shot. But yeah, I do feel that Josh Taylor will be too good on the night. But I think that's more of a reflection on just how good Josh Taylor is as opposed to Jack Catterall.
100%. This is no dig on Jack. I mean, but you're talking, and it's very similar at a smaller scale to what you spoke about with Canelo, whereby you're picking up those wins and you're learning in every fight as well. And you look at Josh Taylor's CV, and the Prograis fight was tough in America. That could have gone to Prograis, by the way. You speak to some I don't think so. No, some Americans think. But
neither did Prograis on the night until he checked Twitter.
Yeah, now on Twitter he'll say he won the fight. But it's just win after win after win against unbeaten fighters, good fighters that are coming to win. And you're talking about a guy now that, for me, pound for pound, number 6.
He's up there, isn't he?
7. I'm not having anything less than that. Then hand in your boxing card. He's that solid right now, and it's going to be difficult for Jack to win here, because this is a Josh as well that can take a punch. It's not like a Josh that can only box on the outside. Josh can box inside. That uppercut against Ramirez, he can do everything. Josh has got everything. He did come into camp looking a bit heavy. I have to admit, when I saw that, I was like, "Jeez, dude, you've had a good little break."
He's the undisputed champion.
I know, but I'm still very. You're right, but I still want to see you in shape, and that's a problem that I have, because maybe it's years of watching Mayweather.
Yeah, you want to see him in shape. You want
He had
him
a belly,
to fight Adrian Broner.
It's just a bit of money. He had a bit of a belly, but no, look, Josh is far too good.
He's never going to box Adrian Broner. Adrian Broner's a PBC. Although Adrian Broner's talked about fighting everywhere at the minute. But yeah, Josh was. I actually messaged Ben Davison and said, I hope Josh isn't. He won't watch this. I messaged Ben Davison and said, "Who's that new super middleweight you got back?" And he was like, "What super middleweight?"
About Teofimo Lopez.
Okay, so we are okay. All assuming Josh Taylor does win. Assuming Josh Taylor does win.
What's the bigger fight for him at 140 or 147? Crawford or Teofimo Lopez?
What's a bigger fight? I mean, probably Crawford. Probably a bigger fight. But if I'm Josh Taylor, which I'm obviously not, then I would want to stay at 140 and take those 135s who are coming up.
100%.
Teofimo Lopez is going up.
Want to challenge me? Come.
Haney's going up.
Yep.
If they want a world title shot, there's only one guy who's got all the belts. So I would much prefer to see Josh Taylor versus Teofimo Lopez.
I love that.
I'm all about that fight. God. I think that would be a brilliant build up as well.
Oh, that would be incredible. That fight.
And I do think Teofimo Lopez will make pretty swift work of Kambosos and then move up to 140. I think. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't make the weight.
Wouldn't surprise.
I really
me.
wouldn't.
It's been so long.
He's so big.
Remember when he had that when he was next to Conor Benn, and even Conor was like,
he's massive.
Bigger than Conor.
He's like
Conor couldn't understand it.
Pit bull.
Yeah, Conor couldn't understand he was bigger than him. Conor was like, how's he bigger than me?
And he's a sensational talent. And I think the build up to that fight, they're both with top rank, easy fight to make. I think
such a great fight.
I think that would be a really good fight.
Oh, such a great fight.
Okay, well, we are about there. We have 9 minutes to go, so we're going to have to clear up a little bit first. But as always, real pleasure having you back on the new and improved Boxing Social podcast.
Fantastic in here. Well done. It really is good. I've sort of set up my studio, so I'm going to go and rip it up and start again.
Well, hopefully, I think we're going to be doing up the back wall.
Yeah.
So we had a Boxing Social backdrop to put on the back wall, but it was ordered in 7 foot by 7 foot and sent to my house. So currently it's in my bathroom.
Oh, nice.
So but once we get the whole place kitted out, I think we'll be looking good. We've got some posters, some that.
You're doing really big things. It's really good.
Oh,
and I'd like to come monthly. We'll see what we can do.
Monthly? We're probably going to be in here 3 days a week.
Really?
I think, yeah. So there's going to be a higher demand to get you back on here now, Ade.
Obviously, because this was so good.
Yeah. Your big profile.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So there we go. But thank you very much.
Bedroom council flat though. So.
It's a lovely one bed. But thanks very much for stopping by on the Boxing Social podcast, and thank you for returning to the Boxing Social podcast, episode 20. We're back. We're bigger and better than ever. Remember to hit that subscribe button, turn on the notifications for more Boxing Social content from me, Rob Tebbert, from him, Ade Oladipo. Thanks very much for stopping by, and we'll catch you soon.